How are you lovely guys? This is DB.ReelFishing, and I just want to go ahead and show you guys a few of my combos when it comes to reels and rods. I think they're abstract. You let me know what you think. We'll get into the video in just a second. What's up guys? I'm going to be going over some of what I would say are uniquely put together combos of some bait casters and one spin caster that I have. In total I have 4 rods, 3 bait casters, and 1 spinning rod. It's just a preference for me. I probably should 50-50 split it, but whatever. Yeah, so if you haven't figured it out by now, given by the title, I think you guys will say, for the most part, I'm a little crazy mixing these combos together, but they work for me and they have, so I like them, and I'm not gonna, correctively pair them. Let's get started with the, spinning rod. It's not really a mixed combo. This is just a regular Shakespeare rod. I'm sorry. It's an American favorite tackle rod with the regular cast on it. This came with it just like this combo. It's a Z-glass. It's a Z-glass action. I can break it in 2. I can break it in 2. Comes apart in 2. I have this. Put on here some mono. I have on here some fluorocarbon. I have on here some fluorocarbon line, 15 pound, and I've gotten so many, backlash on what I hook up to my reel or to my rod. I use a clip. Some people just say, "Why don't you tie on the lure directly to the line, because it'll give away your profile. It won't look natural, etc." I like it. Like I said, it's worked for me. I haven't had any problems with it. Come fishing the tournament, I might go 50-50. Tie on with a line and tie on with my clip, but it takes the time. It takes less time to hook up your lures, in my opinion. Instead of retying knots all the time. I was told, one suggestion was I should just get better at tying knots, and I've done my homework. I'm pretty good at tying knots. I just don't like tying knots in the heated pressure. And yeah. I guess if I lose one, then I'll have to tie it, right? Let's get right into the next one. Alright, so this is going to be my Samurai. I have this hooked up to a KastKing, the Royale Legend. And this right here I have tied on to here is just regular braid. 15 pound. You really don't have to go that heavy with it. Again, this rod also comes apart. I like the rods that come apart just because they're easier to carry and just transport, if you need to. Like if you're traveling on an airplane and everything, you can just take them apart. But I usually don't take them apart. I haven't really done any traveling with them. I just throw them in my car and get going. right on to the next one. This one is my personal favorite. It's my first choice to ever fish with, and I think you guys will all agree. So this right here is my Lew's TP1 speed stick. It's again, tournament performance. It is one rod. It's not two. Can't break it apart. I kind of like it. I mean, I wish I would have known about it a lot earlier in my life. I've always seen fishermen fish with it, and I guess it's growing up watching them. I was like, wow. Well, when they first came out, not growing up. And when I first seen one, I was like, wow, a white rod. That's pretty cool. So I knew I had to get one, and ever since I got one, I fell in love with it. I have hooked onto here an Abu GARCIA baitcaster. I don't know if you can see that. This is the REVO X. Tied on is regular braid, 15 pound, and you can see I have a football jig on here. Again, all of my rods do have a swivel clip on them. It's just a preference, and this by far has not let me down. I actually did some fishing earlier today, and figured out how to, I guess, make my lure go further. Call me weird if you want. Just a little trick I guess I learned really quick. Yeah, again, this is my #1 rod, Lew's. Man, you can never go wrong with them. Seriously. The next one, everyone has to have an ugly stick, so guess what? I got an ugly stick. Again, ugly stick. My real choice is the Lew's Mach 2. The Speed Spool, man. For all you guys who have fished with this, you already know the deal, so I shouldn't even have to tell you. I'm just saying. Tied onto there is mono. Actually, no, this is fluorocarbon. 15 pound. This rod does come apart. This is probably my 7-foot. This is my 7-foot rod. And yeah, this one I've had trouble with I had this previously hooked up to the KastKing because I don't know if you guys seen my Instagram. I had lost my cap and my side cover, my palm cover, and I had to get that replaced. Lew's came in handy. They got it to me in 3 days, I think. I only had to pay about 21 bucks. That was amazing. I mean, shout out to you guys again. This is a medium light rod. It's a Shakespeare rod, whatever. I think I've never really felt the difference between a medium heavy or medium light rod. It's always been the same for me. I can tell the difference, but it's never really made a difference to me. I know the lighter the rod, further you can throw, but I mean, when it comes to catching a big fish, largemouth bass, I mean, you always want some sort of heavy or medium heavy. I mean, if you want to go big, or you can go home. Yeah, so these are all 4 of my rods. I do have more, but those are deep sea rods, and they're in the closet. I think, well, tell me what you guys think in the comments. Like, how many rods do you have to be considered a good fisherman, if that's a thing? We, I guess, get into this debate of what makes a good fisherman and everything, and I just, honestly, if you have some nice equipment that you'd like to use, I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to work for everybody else, but if you like using it and it works for you, why not, right? I'll stick with my 4 rods. I mean, it's in my budget right now, I guess. I'm not balling, but it's the best of the best. I mean, I got freaking Lew's TP1. I could get a TP2, but I chose the one. Again, you don't really necessarily have to, in my opinion, have to have like 36 rods unless you're fishing every single day of the year. I mean, some guys out there I see in the tournaments, Steve Martin and all those other guys, Mark Daniels. I mean, they have crap ton of rods, and I mean they fish almost all the time in the tournaments and everything, and they have it in their budget. But just for small time fishermen like this, like me, myself, and a lot of you guys out there, I mean, 4 or 5 rods, I think it's enough personally, because you break one, you have a backup. You break that one, you have another backup. You don't. How many rods are you gonna break before you just call it quits, I guess? Again, they're easy to repair, and the more you have, one, the more expensive they get. When you have to replace line, when you have to replace reels, anything happens to the eyes, I mean, you gotta replace those. So I mean, just keep it simple. I keep 4. You don't have to. You can do whatever. Yeah. So I guess that's the first wrap. I guess I wanted to just give you guys just a quick inside look of what my equipment I just wanted to give you guys a quick insight of what equipment that I use, in case you all were wondering, because I do personally think they're just from what I've seen out there on YouTube and Instagram and on TV, people tend to stick lures with lures and so on and so forth, KastKings with KastKings, and I think mixing it up, I think it's just abstract. You know, I don't see a lot of people doing it, and so it's something that I get into, make my adjustments, and I think it worked out for me. So like and subscribe. If you guys have any comments, please let me know, and better tips on what you guys think that I should do as far as my combos. If I need to switch, like and subscribe and comment. Let me know what combos you think I should use, if I should mix up these combos a little bit more to better my chances of catching a fish, if that makes sense, or just if it will help improve my cast. I'm open for suggestions always. You guys can message me, I'll message back or whatever. If you guys have any questions, happy to answer them. And yeah, so let me know how it goes. Good luck fishing out there, guys, and continue to do what you do. Peace.